Hello, welcome back to Podcast vs. Player episode 75. I'm Carlton as always. I'm joined by a man who has just seen a new Batman shampoo in Tesco. He believes they're missing a key market by not producing a conditioner Gordon. It's only bloody Dan.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
Two good ones in a week.
Conditioner Gordon. Fucking belter.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, well
How
done.
are you, sir?
Quite well. Yourself?
I'm good. My mouth's healed.
Well done.
I had a wisdom tooth out on Monday. Last Monday, as it will be when this goes on.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm all good now. More gravy.
Hooray, so you can talk.
I can actually talk.
Hooray.
It's amazing.
Well, I'd actually bitten the inside of my tongue while I was asleep. So my sort of tongue on the left hand side was a bit sort of swollen and
I had a tongue stroke.
something like that, yeah. But it just really hurt, which means that whenever I was talking, I'd sort of, my tongue would be a bit swollen, so I'd end up talking. And it was just really annoying me, so I tried to just not say as much as possible. But that as well seems to have disappeared as well.
Should have bit the other side.
What, so I couldn't breathe?
Just evened it out.
Well, that wouldn't have made me able to talk any easier, would it?
I don't know, I've never done it.
No.
Let's try.
I'm sure it'd have been a big hit with the ladies, but...
Oh yeah. Would you like some news to cheer you up?
I'm not depressed. But yes, I'll have some news, go on.
We've been told to watch out for fake Star Wars Battlefront beta sites. Registration for the upcoming Star Wars Battlefront beta is not yet opened. As such, any site claiming to offer access to it is fake and should be avoided, Electronic Arts Community Manager Matthew Everett says. Quote, "Do not be fooled by fake beta sign up," he wrote on Reddit. Our beta registration will be live on our official site here at starwars.ea.com. The Battlefront beta begins in early October for Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC. You don't need to pre-order the game to get access, but EA has yet to say exactly how you'll be able to get in.
Well, I assume it would be a first come, first serve kind of thing like they did with the alpha.
Yeah.
Where it was just, you put your email address in and you may very well get an email back saying, well done, you're in, or sorry, not this time, which is unfortunately what we got.
Yeah.
This time, however, the second we actually get confirmation from EA as to how to do it or where to go to do it, I will certainly be doing it as soon as possible, because I want to play this fucking game. I've watched the trailer so many fucking times now, I have to play it.
According to what I've read, the Battlefront beta sounds fairly extensive. It lets you try a 40-player Walker Assault mode, survival mission, and you can also check out the new mode, Drop Zone. But we still don't know any dates, times, how long it'll be, how long it'll last. We know nothing. We just know that it's coming.
Yeah, I mean, October, that's pretty much what I've told everyone to keep an eye out for. Just keep an eye out in October. It will be available at some point there, just ahead of the November release. Is it the 11th of November? Am I thinking about right?
I believe 17th.
17th, that's it, yeah. I thought 1115, if that was like a call sign for something or some kind of serial number, I don't know, some sort of Star Wars inside joke.
It launches November 17th, which is roughly about a month before the Force Awakens hits theatres in December.
Do you reckon the Force Awakens DLC will be available to purchase, obviously, at launch? So I know that
not.
If you pre-order...
It might have spoilers.
Well, no, it's locations, that's all.
Yeah, they might not want you to see any of the new locations.
Yeah.
Because there is indeed new locations.
Well, that's true. Well, there's already Jakarta, which is the one that if you pre-order now, you get that DLC automatically.
Yeah.
But, new vehicles or, slight variations on the standard vehicles as well as slight variations on the ground troops.
Do you think they'll include like a little BB-8 drone?
Possibly. I mean, there wasn't a R2-D2 or C-3PO hero character in the Battlefront 1 or 2. However, there was a R2-D2 and C-3PO that were playable, almost playable characters in the RTS Empires at War, I think it was.
I have no idea.
I've got it on Steam. I think it's Empires at War. Basically, it's the whole Command and Conquer thing. The big space battles you could have, and yeah. But they would go around and repair units.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe not as repairs, I didn't think of that, but it's going to sound daft, but you'll understand what I mean. How Bleeding Blocks, the engineer has the little turrets they can place.
Yeah, that's possible.
Like so something like that, maybe not turrets, but you could deploy certain droids to go off to do other things.
I mean,
such as repairs.
Having a droid as an NPC deployable character that would run about and do things, I'd be on board for that, because then it would have, like an engineer class that would be able to repair stuff. They'd only have like one gun, and then they'd have like a repair tool, and then they have the ability to call in droids to, repair, like some kind of kill streak perk or a special pickup or something like that. But they can call in droids that can run around and repair vehicles, or deploy anti-aircraft turrets and stuff like that. So yeah, something like that I think would be pretty cool. But
maybe quite good.
I think that people would get really pissed off with that kind of stuff pretty quickly. So
it maybe has to be limited. So you can only use them, like you have a cooldown time, you only get so many. If they get destroyed, they get destroyed.
Yeah, but they're like really easy to kill kind of thing. So they can run around and repair stuff super quick, but all they need is a blaster to the face and that's it, they're pretty much out of it. Yep, something like that.
I'd balance it out.
I would be quite on board with. But with the DLC, do you reckon it is going to be, because I haven't looked too much into what you actually get with it, although we can pretty much assume that there'll be new vehicles, obviously the new locations, do you think the new hero characters will also appear?
If it launches before the film, no. After, or the same time as, then yes.
I'd say probably afterwards, simply for the fact that because it's EA and because it's DICE, they will probably want the first month just to make sure the game is fucking working, especially on PC.
Yeah.
So to make sure the servers are up, everyone's actually able to play.
I think wasn't Battlefront 4 primarily working, mostly working on PC, and it was consoles that were mostly fucked.
No, Battlefield for the PC wasn't working for like a year.
Really?
Yeah, constant glitches, texture pop out. Oh, it was an absolute fucking nightmare.
There you go. I've been educated.
Yeah, I don't think the PC...
Call of Duty all the way.
The console ones were any better? I'm pretty sure they would have been better, but the PC one was buggered. Angry Joe did a whole video, like, because he was playing Battlefield. It was like just after launch, and he'd spent like $120 on this, so it's about 90, 80 quid, 100 quid maybe. And he got the premium deluxe edition with all the bullshit that comes with it. And after the 7th crash, he made a video just absolutely screaming his tits off about what these sort of problems are. How many times are you going to have to go through this, and how many times are people going to have to say, make sure your games are tested and working before you launch them? But
like we've said before, though, that people can say this, but they still buy it. So as long as people keep buying it, they can keep pushing it out broken and fix it later.
I think with Battlefront, because this is a bigger market, because this isn't only just first person shooter fans or Battlefield fans, this is Star Wars fans, and there's a lot of Star Wars fans. I know people who don't really play computer games that much, but for Star Wars, people are very excited about it.
My friend has bought PS4 for Battlefront.
If it was like a console exclusive, whatever it came out on, I would be getting that.
Yeah,
I'm a complete fan of the series, and DICE, although EA do make them push out these games pretty quickly, Hardline being a perfect example. I have a lot of faith that they can actually keep to the story well and they can keep to the action well.
With this though, this was teased at the reveal, not long after the PS4 reveal. So it's had a good bit of preparation.
Well, maybe again they're just not expecting the kind of rush of people, and they will just completely break the servers immediately.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, as we all know, slaves are bad.
Yes, we do.
Slavery's bad.
Let me guess where this is going.
Yep.
A Finnish, I think, or Swedish game developer that made an educational game which featured Slave Tetris.
Yes, indeed.
Which is quite possibly one of the most bizarre educational tools that I think I've ever heard of. I mean, I get that people need to face racism, I'll need to figure out how to
People
talk
who are
properly
against
as well.
races.
No, but I'm absolutely aware that racism is still, unfortunately, quite a prevalent thing. And I do think that people need to be kind of put into the position where this is something where they have to face and address, and it can be quite an eye opener. Not like this though.
No.
Not with Tetramino-shaped slaves being put into a slave ship. That's outrageous.
It is. Educational or not, this is just very distasteful.
Well,
and I'm not saying we're angels, but we're not racist for starters.
well, I'm very much of the opinion that if someone's being a dickhead, then I don't care what race you are, what your sexual orientation is, your gender, your whatever.
Yeah.
I will call you a dickhead. But that's not because you're in a wheelchair or because you're gay. It's because you're being a dickhead.
Yeah.
So I don't like having to sort of restrain myself to think, well, if I say this, he's going to think this, and then, oh God. I'm more than happy just to say, stop being a twat. And they go, what, is it because I'm whatever? I'm like, no, because you're being a twat.
Because you're a twat at the end of the day.
But the fact is that although I don't believe in any kind of discrimination at all, I just think it's completely outrageous. Surely these people would have seen this and someone would have gone, are you sure about this?
Yeah.
This seems like a really, really offensive thing to be doing. And they just went, no, it's fine. I mean, I know that they've pulled the content now, so that is no longer, which means that if people want to go on and make videos on it and just say, look at this, look how outrageous this is, and just jump on the bandwagon to bash them, they've already pulled it. So the fact it was released in the first place is a bit mind-bending, but at least they've got the good dignity to go, we weren't sure about it, we wanted to try and make people face these kind of things. But
that's the thing though, like on Twitter, this is a quote taken from the person who made it. He said, we lose money on these games, we make them because we think it's important to make educational games to fight ignorance.
Yeah.
Slave ships were stacked as Tetris. Point is to discuss people so they understand how inhumane slave trade was. I've watched a few videos, I haven't actually played it, but I watched a few videos when I found this article. And at not one point did I think, oh, this is really bad for racism and showing us how evil slaves are and stuff, slave traders were and stuff.
Yeah.
I just thought, this is a really shit game that's
also offensive, yeah.
Yeah, it's just offensive at the end of the day. It doesn't make me rethink ancestors and stuff like that.
No. I mean, I think that there's a fine line between kind of actually tackling something like this and just doing it to just kind of get focus and popularity, even if it's through a bad thing. Oh man, to be honest, I don't really want to talk about this because I don't want to give it too much attention.
No, that's it. It's done. It's been pulled.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that they said, this isn't that wasn't our intention at all. It was quite the opposite. We simply wanted to draw people's attention to how terrible these things were.
Make an educational video then that
yeah,
explains
absolutely.
your actions.
There's better ways of doing it, and if you don't think that you can do it in a respectful way, then just don't attempt it because you will only offend people.
Video games get a bad enough press as it is.
Yeah, exactly. Don't stoke the fire. Do you know what I mean?
Bruh. Idiots. Anyway, Dan, good news.
Ooh.
There's an official Fallout Monopoly board game.
Only available in America, though.
No. Don't jump my gun, sir.
GameStop.
Let me finish.
No, because I've already looked at this because I was just like, oh my god, Fallout Monopoly, that's amazing.
I'm going to read. Shush.
Go on.
A special Fallout themed Monopoly set has been officially announced by Bethesda, and its release date is expected to coincide with the Fallout 4 launch date in November. Details of the board game first emerged when Shack News journalist published on Instagram a picture of its contents box. In the comments section of the Instagram photo, one user asked the board game's designer, USAopoly, about when and where it will be released. This November only at GameStop, was the manufacturer's response. It's not clear if the board game will ship outside of North America. However, following this, the official Fallout Twitter account announced the product, writing, quote, when Fallout 4 monopolises family time, you can always bust this out. And it's apparently sent to release with the game across Europe and North America from November 11.
Right.
So it should be out over here.
I'll be keeping my eyes on Amazon, I think.
I will buy it.
Well, when I was at the Star Trek convention last year, they had it wasn't Monopoly, it was Risk, but they had like Mass Effect. I think there
Who
was
plays Risk? I don't even know how to play it.
Some people do. I think there's like a computer game version of it now, which I assume is probably better. But there was like Mass Effect. I think there was a Fallout one actually. I'm not too sure. But there's a whole bunch of sort of like video game, board game tie-ins that I'd love to see. Play Fallout 4 until you get sick to death of it, and then Christmas time comes around and you can break out Fallout 4 Monopoly and then end up hating your family. Brilliant.
And then getting back into Fallout 4.
Yeah, just to get away from everyone. Yeah. Fucking cheating bastards. Right, let's go and shoot some supermarines. Right.
I think there'd be better games you could make Monopoly set out of.
Call of Duty?
Probably not Call of Duty. I don't think Call of Duty games make good games. I can't think of any that actually spring to mind, but I think maybe Tomb Raider Monopoly.
Yeah, definitely. Community chest.
Oh, she's rich.
You were bitten by a tiger. Go back 3 spaces.
Oh yeah, I suppose it could work that way. What would you buy though in Fallout?
In Fallout, it would be like you'd buy like Megaton, and the equivalent of Fallout 4, of course. Assuming that because it doesn't say it's Fallout 4 Monopoly, it says it's Fallout Monopoly, which means that it will probably span through all 4 games.
Possibly, yeah. So
it would be characters, would be like the little pieces, and then places would be the places you buy. So like Megaton and Tenpenny Tower and stuff like that. That would be like the Mayfair end, I think.
Yeah. I'll definitely buy it.
Oh, for sure.
If it comes out here. To be fair, even if it doesn't, depending on price, I'll probably just import it.
Well, it depends. How much do you want to spend on a game of Monopoly?
£5,000.
Well, if you've got that much money to burn, you can buy me a set as well.
Oh no, I thought you meant Monopoly money.
Oh right, okay.
No, anything under. How much is a normal Monopoly?
I'm not sure actually. There's so many fucking variations of it. I can get it on my phone for about £3, so if it's any more than that, then forget it.
I never actually owned Monopoly myself. My girlfriend, for some reason, had the World Cup Monopoly.
My sister had the Star Wars one.
Used to play that. There was the Star Wars one.
Yeah, she used to love that.
Oh. When you say used to, did you steal it?
No, I mean when I saw it when I was like 13 years old. So she may not very well do anymore. But that was before, I think, the prequel film. So there's probably a whole bunch of variations on it.
I didn't even know there was a Star Wars one.
Yes, there absolutely is.
I'm learning so much today.
Absolutely. But if it's any more than the actual video game, then no, I will not be buying it.
Yeah, it's probably going to be about 50 quid, isn't it?
Ooh, really?
I reckon it will be.
I'd say about 30. I think that's a bit much for a board game that I wouldn't be able to play with anyone, because I would rarely get the opportunity to play with someone who would understand it and have enough players to enjoy it, and then enough time to actually get through it.
Yeah, I can see it being one of the many things I get that never gets opened.
Yeah. If one of us got it, I would definitely wait until we were all there and then play it together with you.
Yeah.
Because, well, maybe not Zoe. Zoe can fuck off. But
me, you, Jasper, Roscoe.
Yeah, they can't talk, so that's fine. We'll just assume that they understand what's going on.
And then we've lost the dice because Logan's at them.
Fed them all to Roscoe, yeah.
That's probably the case. Anyway, Roscoe's my dog, by the way.
Yeah, not another child.
Yeah. That's it though, down for the news.
Ooh.
Good news. Mad Max is out, and it's actually got reasonably good reviews.
What, the actual game?
The game, yeah. It's got good reviews. It's just meant to be not as fluid as the videos made out, but it's still perfectly playable. But most of the missions are very repetitive, which is to be expected in a sandbox game.
Well, that's it. That's
primarily
kind of
in the desert.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not as if there's a huge luscious landscape to explore like Skyrim. I mean, it's an open world. I mean, the only thing that open world games suffer from is mission repetitiveness. That's the name of the game. It's what you do around those. is what makes it interesting and stand out.
Exactly, which is where the likes of GTA stand out, because you can go play tennis, get your hair cut, blah blah blah, just do
you can just mess about,
normal things, but with something like Mad Max, where there's not going to be a place you can get, maybe you can get tattoos, I guess, maybe, but you're not going to go bowling or shit like that.
Well, that's assuming you'd want to, though. I mean, like, the Metal Gear Online is supposed to be, these sort of like building up bases, and you can just knock about and, just sort of do whatever you want to, really. So, to that extent, it's fine, but it depends on how big this world is. Because, I mean, like you say, it is a desert, so there's only so much you can really do in a desert.
Exactly. But it's got good reviews, so that's out now, so you can go and pick it up on your whatever you want to play it on, PC, PS4 or Xbox One.
Yes.
Anyway, not really news, but something to talk about. The big story this week is, do you remember Alpha Protocol, Dan?
Isn't that like one of the most broken games of all time?
Yeah, it had a good idea.
Very, yeah.
Was there.
Fluidity in the story, actual choice making that mattered. Yeah, it was a good idea.
Was a spy.
Well, I prefer Space Commando, but alright.
Well, the director, the developer, of said game, Josh Sawyer, who also made Fallout New Vegas and South Park: The Stick of Truth, says he sees a number of similarities between its 2010 RPG Alpha Protocol and the animated TV show Archer. In an interview with PC Gamer, Sawyer agreed with the interview suggestion that Obsidian's 2010 RPG Alpha Protocol and Archer were very alike in more than a few ways. Quote, "It has come up actually several times with people saying, yeah, that would be a good fit, Archer Protocol." And then they basically just go on to say what they would do if they could get a license.
Yeah.
They've already gone out to say that if they do anything like this, they need to reach a license to deal with FX. And I can't think of any other FX games, shows that would make good games. So I think it'd be a good idea.
I don't know.
Well, off Alpha Protocol, no.
I mean, it would have to be very similar to South Park in the fact that it's not really the game mechanics that drive it. It's the the story and the humour and the characters. That's what keeps it funny, keeps it interesting. It makes you actually want to play it. But
that was all done by Nick and Trey Park and
Nick.
I'm sure it's Nick and Trey, isn't it?
No, it's Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker, sorry.
Fuck's Nick?
I don't even know. Well, they wrote it all and everything, and they had obviously the original cast. That's all they've got to do with this, and then just make a game around it.
Yeah, but it would just be, a third-person cover shooter. It would be cel-shaded, and
I think it could work. I really, genuinely do.
I don't know. I like watching Archer. I at no point have I thought, yeah, I'd love to be Sterling Archer and just run around and shoot places, shoot people and stuff.
I think it'd be brilliant.
I don't know. I think it would be fine, and I'd certainly buy it if it came out, just for the license, I suppose. But I don't know. I can't really think of, if they did it like this, then that's fine. Because I mean, South Park kind of just made up, its own genre of RPG by just sort of borrowing elements from everything and just making a really good one. I mean, the mechanics weren't particularly bold or anything. It was just standard RPG fare, really. But it was everything else that was just so interesting and just made you want to play it more. They'd have to do that, but other than The Office, there's no sort of standard set pieces. Maybe the lab or something like that. I don't know.
A big draw for me with the Stick of Truth was it felt like an episode. And I think as long as if they did Archer Protocol, as long as it felt like an episode and it played well, I think they'd be onto something.
We'll just have to keep an eye out, I think, and just see if this is something that they can actually pull off. Actually obtaining the license. I mean, we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm optimistically cautious at this point.
Well, they've got quite a few other games coming out. I don't think they're making the new South Park game either. The Fractured Butthole. I don't think Obsidian are making it.
Right.
But as far as I'm aware, they have actually got other games planned. So I don't think we can expect any Archer games anytime soon.
Well, we haven't seen any new Archer episodes for a while anyway, so...
I'm still catching up, so every episode of Archer is new for me.
Well, you need to get a fucking wriggle on then.
Well, it has been renewed for a 7th season, so...
Well, that does, and Hannibal doesn't. The fuck?
Because people watch Archer.
I watch Hannibal.
Watches Hannibal. Yeah, but you, me... Well, me and Zoe don't count because we watch it together. So that's you and me. That's
I
it.
also made some people from work watch it. That's good. That's numbers.
Yeah, but they're not the numbers they need. And it was on the wrong channel.
Bollocks to them.
Why put a show about a serial killer on Living? Nobody watches Living. It should have been on FX. FX or Sky One.
Or Atlantic.
Or Sky Atlantic.
Yeah.
And then people would even fucking Channel 5 for fuck's sake.
I'd be surprised.
Not
But they're not going to pick it up because they're not going to be able to pay for it. What else
No
have we
one's
got?
gonna pick
Fucking
it up.
Celebrity Big Brother. But they'll
still going.
get it for replays and stuff, I guess.
Oh no, there's no point if you can't watch it.
Yeah.
Because if it's ended, there's no one's going to pick it up now. Plus, they've already let the cast go. So
Yeah.
it's not going to come back ever.
Don't say that.
Well done, people.
Don't say that.
You fucked it. Anyway, that's pretty much it, really, Dan. Something I did leave out: Deadpool being remastered for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, I know.
Which I'm guessing isn't a remaster, it'll just be the PC version with all the DLC.
Probably.
Pointless.
Yeah, but then they'll sell it to you for 45 quid again.
This is what I mean, I refuse to buy it now because I don't want to pay full price for like a game that's a few years old. They're now going to charge me even more to play it on a new console.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. No chance.
No, don't do it. This is another remaster that does not need to exist.
Or do you think this remaster will drive the price of the PlayStation 3 version down?
Possible, but if they've still got copies of the old one, then they could still keep them at a high-ish price for a second-hand copy, because would people know the difference?
Yeah, because if I go into a game shop, not any particular game shop, just a game shop, and go, you got Deadpool on PS3 and it's 40 quid. Or I can get it on PS4 for 40 quid. What's the fucking deal?
Well, because your grandma might not understand that. Your parents, your aunties and uncles may not understand that. And they'd say, oh, Deadpool, that's that film he likes, I'll get him this. And just get it for whatever is cheapest.
But if it's... people are stupid, man.
Well, this is why you shouldn't be remastering things that don't need to be remastered.
Well, nobody bought it the first time round, to be honest.
I fucking did, and I loved it.
Yeah, again, Hannibal. But it's a good game, don't get me wrong. But nobody bought it last time. Maybe a few more people buy it this time because of the film being out. But I would much rather them just make a sequel and just fix the stuff that wasn't quite right with the first one.
Yeah.
And make a better game.
Well, that's the power of the media, though. No one knew who Deadpool was when I went out and bought it for
That's
fucking
true.
35 quid. That was as high as it would have been released at, because I got it pretty soon after it came out. But now everyone's a fucking Deadpool expert. Now they'll be charging 40 quid for it, 45 quid for it. And people will just be like, oh yes, this is Deadpool, blah, 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 blah. Fuck off. If you genuinely cared, you would have got it the first time around, you fat prick.
Was that aimed at anyone in particular?
Not really, no, that was just a general curse. I curse thee.
But people now seem to realise, though, that it wasn't Deadpool in Wolverine Origins. Which I was actually called out on the other day, because I was somebody asked me, because we were talking about Deadpool, and what I would have usually said was, well, have you seen Wolverine Origins? And they go, yeah, and I go, well, there was a character that Ryan Reynolds played, and that was Wade Wilson. And then I'd go on to explain that it wasn't Deadpool, blah, blah, blah. And I literally said, have you seen Wolverine Origins? And some guy, right, who doesn't even know anything about comics or anything, and just turned around and he went, actually, I think you'll find that it wasn't Deadpool in Wolverine Origins. And then everyone's like, oh, and I was like, you fucking what, pal? If you'd have shut your mouth and not interrupted my conversation, I would have elaborated on that.
Yeah.
You don't even know who Deadpool is.
Well, the fact is that was Deadpool. That was just their interpretation of Deadpool.
13. Weapon 13.
It was Wade Wilson. They called him Deadpool.
No,
that's Deadpool.
They said he was Deadpooled. His mutant powers was Deadpooled.
No, they called him the Deadpool.
Did they?
Yeah. As in, everything was pulled into him and he was dead. A Deadpool. He called him the Deadpool.
I don't remember.
Whereas
that bit.
that's obviously not where his name came from, but whatever.
Either way, it wasn't Deadpool.
Not the Deadpool it should have been.
Wade Wilson was Deadpool.
Yes. But this is something that the studio has recognised and already taken the piss out of themselves for. So well done.
Exactly. So high fives for that shit. And
Absolutely.
also, Deadpool's my ringtone. My text message tone.
He was the Hulk before.
Yeah, I've changed it now.
Oh, okay.
Now it's Deadpool. But like the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. So, I'm touching myself tonight.
Yeah.
It's excellent. Anyway, what's coming up on the channel, sir?
Well, we've got final something, and that's not right because I just made that up and I don't know anything that we've done with started with final, so yeah, ignore that. Unreal Tournament, I meant to say.
That's the one.
Yeah. We got the second part of Sporkle, Count Deco Sporkling.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, we're doing that this week, sir.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
okay.
can you believe it this week? If you haven't seen it already, Left 4 Dead Part 2 went up yesterday.
Yesterday or the day before, yeah.
One of the two. And there's some other shit up there. We have to replay. I don't even know what we've done this week, Dan.
Not much.
Not much, indeed. But we do have a lot planned that we're probably going to sift through maybe 6% and just come out with a big turd.
Yeah, that's what I usually do, yeah.
If you like your turds extra crispy, head over to the website, which is
www.podcastvsplayer.com or .co.uk.
You can follow us on Twitter, which is @podcastvplayer, or you can just go and just watch all the videos and all the podcasts over on our YouTube channel, which is
it's youtube.com/podcastvsplayer.
fantastical. Have you got anything you would like to add onto the end of this podcast? No. I was going to apologise because I've got my dog with me today, but he's been very good and he's just sat and asleep. I hope he's asleep. Jasper, hey, yeah, he's all right.
That's all right. I'd also like to apologise then for the washing machine, which has been on the highest, loudest jet fuel list, most badass gittest, Popeyest. I don't know. It's just been fucking going for it. So if you've heard that, my apologies.
I haven't heard anything.
No, that's all right then. Shut up.
That washing machine. On that note, bye.